So this is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. This episode I want to talk about me playing Monopoly N64. Okay, and I think N64 is an improvement to the NES Monopoly. Okay, but before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name's Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal in a few days. Okay, next month, February 8th, I'll be 55. So you look still pretty skinny. Look at that. Right? Don't have any belly fat. If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4-star, 5 stars. If you want to look like me when you're 55, livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. Oh, wow. Did you guys see what happened to Iran? Yeah, there's going to be there's a uprising, right? People want to get rid of the Khamenei. Is that how you pronounce it? But, streets are filled with protesters. But this episode I'm not talking about Iran, okay? This episode I want to talk about why I switched to N64's Monopoly from the NES Monopoly. Anyway, I'll show you a clip. Okay, today I want to talk about the Nintendo 64's Monopoly. I think Nintendo 64 Monopoly is a lot more realistic than the NES Monopoly, okay? Now, I'm not talking about the graphic. I'm not talking about you see all this bullshit. You see the characters all jumping up and down and shit, jumping across the board. I'm not talking about this. I mean, you can make the character just basically not jump across the board, just basically pop from one property into the other property, to make the game faster. Okay, you could do that. There's options to do it. I'm talking about the computer characters, they are a lot more human than the NES Monopoly. What I mean is they're smarter, you understand? They think more like human. The only problem with NES Monopoly is that the computer players, they're gullible, they're kind of stupid, It's like after I play NES Monopoly, it's like after I play for a while, I start to win all the time. Doesn't matter how lucky I was. Doesn't matter what the dice turned out to be, right? How lucky I was. It's like I start to win all the time, Like 90% of the time I was winning. And that kind of, I don't know, that kind of bores me, Because the reason why I kept winning is because the computer generated players, they're stupid. They're not smart, But when I play this N64 Monopoly, everything changed. You can set the levels. It's like they only allow 4 players in this N64 Monopoly. There could only be 4 players at a time. Doesn't matter, humans or computers, okay? Together, there could only be 4 players. So if I play this game by myself, I can choose like 3 more players. 3 more computer-generated players. That's it. Just 4 players in total. But I could set the level, I could set their intelligence level. I could pick players that are more intelligent or normal or players that are a lot more brave, who would gamble everything away, or players that are extremely cautious. And you could set the level. And that makes the game a lot more fun. See, back in the days when I was playing, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I was playing NES Monopoly. You cannot set the levels, right? And then all the computer-generated players, they're all so stupid, It's like I beat them all the time. I didn't like that. But now, no, it's very difficult to beat this. Very, very difficult to beat this N64 Monopoly. Very difficult. Because these players, they're smart, For example, when I was playing this N64 Monopoly, one of the computer player, right? He has like one property that I needed. Okay, Indiana. I have Kentucky and Illinois, and then he has Indiana, and then he also have one property that I need. I have, okay. I have Baltic Avenue, and he has Mediterranean. See, Baltic and Mediterranean, that's a pair. That's a pair. If you pair it up, then you can start building houses. You can charge people lots of rent. And he has Indiana, and I have Kentucky and Illinois. See, I want his Indiana, right? So I started to trade with him. I say, hey, give me Indiana, and I'll give you Baltic. So you pair up Baltic and Mediterranean, and I pair up with Indiana, Kentucky, and Illinois. And guess what? He rejected me. See, if I was playing NES Monopoly, no, they would have accepted it. They would have accepted it. Maybe they would charge me more money. They say, okay, yeah, okay, I'll give you Indiana, but you need to pay me more cash, or you need to give me this property or that property, stuff like that. They would negotiate with me. But in N64, they don't even negotiate. They just rejected me. And I feel this N64 Monopoly is a lot more smarter. They're smarter. They're more cautious. I mean, I would have done the same, right? The reason is because this Indiana, Illinois, and Kentucky, this is a better Monopoly, Like, if somebody landed on my property and I have a hotel on there, I mean, I could charge people $1,000, like for rent. But the other pair that I'm talking about, the Mediterranean and Baltic, the most you can charge is like $300 or $250. So that ain't shit, comparing to the other pair, the other three properties, So the N64 computer generated players are apparently a lot more smarter. They're a lot smarter. They know what they're dealing with. They're not kids. So it's like when you play N64, it's a little more challenging. That makes the game a lot better. But too bad they can only accept up to 4 players. I wish they could accept up to like 7 or 8 players. That would be nice. But that's okay. 4 is good. 4 is good. Hey, you know what? 4 players, nothing wrong. 4 player, that's good enough, right? That's the only thing. That's like the only difference between N64 Monopoly and the NES Monopoly. It's just that I don't care about the graphics. Okay. I don't give a shit about the graphics. N64 Monopoly graphics is much better. That's of course, But I really don't give a shit about the graphics. I mean, in fact, I want the game to speed it up a little bit, I think N64 is a little bit slower than NES Monopoly. And then I also like the sound effect of NES Monopoly better. For example, if you landed on the railroad, it go whoop. I like that. NES Monopoly, they have that soundtrack. Woo woo, like you can hear the horn, of the choo-choo train. But N64 Monopoly, they don't have that. Yeah, that kind of sucks, They should have that choo-choo train soundtrack. I like that. What else is there to say? And one thing good about this N64 Monopoly is I could play this on my computer, right? Oh, by the way, the emulator, okay, the emulator for this N64 Monopoly is RetroArch. You could download RetroArch, and RetroArch can help you load N64 Monopoly game. I'm gonna add a link to where you download RetroArch, and also you can download RetroArch and then to help you load N64 Monopoly. And then you can find the ROM of N64 Monopoly like almost anywhere. It's very easy to find the ROM. But yeah, that's what I want to say for this episode. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.